Wow. Give me just a summary of the benefits. I know what I've seen, okay? And I had a major inflammation problem that I don't like to talk about because it's very personal. And I saw an incredible result with that after 20 years of having this one particular problem. And, but give me some of the general things people can expect when they get their glutathione levels back up.
Rather than give you a list of what I think, okay, I'm just going to tell you some of the things the patients have told me. Because this was created because of the patients in my clinic. It was not an ex vacuo idea. It was really predicated on real people with real problems. These are the things that they've told me. Suddenly my energy is back to where it used to be. Gee, doc, I'm starting to think like I used to do. Gosh, when I go to the gym now, I can actually work out, because one of the things that's not well known is that in the first 10 minutes of aerobic exercise, you burn 40% of the glutathione in your muscle. In the same kind of fire reaction that we're talking about for anything that goes on in your body. And if you don't have a way of replacing it, you're in trouble. You're not going to have good exercise. Soreness is created when you expend what is called the oxygen debt in your body. Basically, you can't make the fire anymore because the antioxidant glutathione is gone. So the body converts to what's called anaerobic glycolysis. Big name, simply means it burns sugar without oxygen. It results in the accumulation of lactic acid, and lactic acid is the thing that hurts after you work out. So by increasing the glutathione, you decrease the lactic acid, and by doing that, you can work out more frequently because your muscles recover quicker. The more ATP, the more energy the cell can produce, the better every cell works. Whether that's a brain cell, a muscle cell, a heart cell, a liver cell, it really doesn't matter. So his springs are muscle cells.
Right.
So if you increase the efficiency of those cells by decreasing that oxidation, that burn, by increasing glutathione, sure, they're going to work better. Now, I'm not going to tell you this is a magic pill,
right,
and that it's going to take care of everything. But the fact that it works in every cell in the body, and the fact that it can increase the energy production, which is basically functionality for that cell, is obvious to me that it's going to work in virtually any condition. I'll give you a perfect example. There are a lot of patients in the United States with chronic obstructive lung disease caused by smoking and bad air and a number of other things. This doesn't treat it, but it will do two things. One, it will decrease the inflammation in the lungs so that in point of fact, they can work better. And as importantly, one of the problems with chronic obstructive lung disease is that the lungs get stiff, and the muscles in your ribs have to work harder to get the air into there. Muscles work on glutathione. So by improving the lung function and improving the muscle function, you're not going to make the illness go away, but you're certainly going to improve the quality of life of people who are afflicted with that illness.
So let's talk about, then just in summary, some of the benefits. Number one, we know a raised glutathione level will slow down the aging process. Diseases of aging, tell me about that.
Well, again, diseases of aging to a large extent are inflammatory. If you look at Alzheimer's, if you look at cardiac disease, if you look at Parkinson's, if you look at stroke, all of those have a major inflammatory component. Now, I am not sitting here trying to tell you that glutathione solves those problems, but by reducing inflammation and reducing the amount of oxidants in the body, which subsequently reduces inflammation, it does have a protective benefit. It is not a treatment, however.
Right. Now, one thing that I've noticed, and you can tell me if it's a coincidence or if it's because of this, but during the last couple months while I've been on the product, I used to have an energy slump around 2 o'clock, and I'd be fine. I'd eat a lunch, 2 o'clock, I'd go down, and about 4:30 I'd start to gradually come back, and I'd come back to maybe 70% of where I was in the morning, and then fade off during the day. from the time I wake up until the time I go into my room to go to bed, my energy level is straight across. I don't have any slump. Even if I have a big lunch, I don't get tired anymore. I mean, coincidence?
That's not a coincidence at all. It's also the reason that I always take Max GXL after lunch.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now here's the other, and I do too. That's what I take. I take it in the morning, then after lunch. The other thing I've noticed is that I've recently went back to my hometown of Philadelphia and was talking with my best friend. And one night we talked till 2:30. The next night we talked till 4 a.m. And I thought, the night we talked till 4 a.m., I thought, man, I am in so much trouble around 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow. I'm just going to crash. And the crash never came. I mean, it was as if I had slept a full night. And that's one of the most amazing things to me, because I notice that every single day I've got this energy level that I've never had before.
As I define it to my patients, I'm not interested in your only having energy for work. Do you have enough energy to play? Because that's really important for the well-being of a person.
I understand that a lot of your patient load is HIV, hepatitis, what else? Chronic fatigue syndrome. I mean, that's got to bring you down, just dealing with that level. Are most of your patients, have you been able to get them on this product? Or?
Oh, they're all on it. It was developed for them.
Okay.
We also deal with people who are undergoing chemotherapy for cancer, because chemotherapy also markedly decreases the ability of the immune system to function. This, in fact, will allow the immune system to function almost normally. Wow. It certainly does in the HIV patients, and it doesn't bring me down, because the fact of the matter is my patients do very well.
Yeah.